Hey, what's good, guys? This is Nightwing2303.
And Jerron Mon.
This time around, we're going to be talking about Deadpool the movie, so let's go ahead and get right into it.
Are y'all ready, kids? Hell yeah!
We saw Deadpool with, it was me, you, and Jordan. This movie was hyped up, right?
Yeah, it was like Kanye hype.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Shut the f up.
Before we get into everything, just straight off the top, we both liked the movie.
Yeah.
So we don't dislike it. We just
Right.
are saying
And-
that when we went into the movie,
Yeah.
we were expecting something bananas, and what we
Yeah.
got was just cool.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And I was actually, leading up to the movie, I thought it wasn't going to be good. And then when
Yeah.
the reviews started coming out, I was just confused. I was like, what? It's good? And I was like, oh my God, I must have been wrong. Like, holy crap. And people were saying, oh man, it's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my God, the gore is unreal. It's perfect.
People said that from the opening credits all the way to the end was non-stop laughs, and like just the opening credits alone, they were clever, but
Yeah.
it wasn't laugh out loud like
No.
funny.
So we saw, and the theater wasn't packed, but there was enough people in there.
That's something where that'll make an experience different to me.
Yeah.
With a movie, because when I saw like Star Wars each time, like when I saw it the first time, it was that opening weekend, so it was just a bunch of Star
Yeah.
Wars nerds, and the theater, all the stuff like when Han came out and all, you know what I mean, like it made the moments even more epic moments.
Right.
And so maybe that's what these reviews are based, because they've seen them early, you know what I mean?
Well, even then, like comedies, when you watch it in a theater, especially for comedies,
when
you
the
like
jokes hit, everybody's like,
yeah, and I think the theater laughed harder during one of the trailers.
True.
It was just one joke in the trailer. It was the brothers Grimsey, whatever you want to call it, trailer.
That movie looks
Yeah, it's funny.
It looks
and
hilarious.
people were laughing harder at a joke in that trailer
than any jokes that landed in Deadpool.
Yeah, and I would argue that it's not even fair to classify Deadpool as a action comedy. It's just an action movie with quips.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of witty one-liners.
Yeah. If you've seen a Ryan Reynolds movie,
That's exactly what it is.
this is that movie. Like,
it's like Van Wilder, but with a killing
it
hero.
really is. And so, I mean, I was going in expecting to laugh my ass off and have that super contrast with like ultra violence.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's something.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, that's something that we were talking about off camera, is how not just the comedy was hyped up, but the
gore.
Yeah, the gore. So a lot of guys were saying how, or a lot of the reviews online were saying how like it was like they were pushing the boundaries to an NC-17, which I didn't see at all. Like, and he had brought up Kill Bill, and
Yeah.
this is a movie that I forgot about. It was a dope movie, by the way. But
dope.
where the dude's arm gets cut off and it's spraying. Yeah, they're just
spray, like sprinkler, like when you put the sprinkler to super high setting.
It was like raining blood.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting, because
Yeah.
homie has 2 katanas. And he didn't really use those katanas to their full potential. Like, he kept taking them out and putting them back in. It was mainly guns, but he kept forgetting his guns. So I'm like, what did he do? What did he do?
That was something that I did think was funny, is that he kept, like, that fool was loaded, and
It was like me with your curry 2 lows. Like, I keep forgetting to bring them to you. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, he just kept leaving his f***ing gun bag everywhere, and that shit was just, it was super funny in that sense. I don't feel like every line was a laugh out loud moment. It was just one of those, like, you'll smirk.
What did you laugh at the most?
It was when that fool went up against Colossus the first time. And he punched him.
That was probably the best comedy moment, right?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Because, like, even though it was the same joke 3 times, but each time it was just better. Like,
yeah.
It was when he broke his leg.
That was a really good scene. But even then, it wasn't like I can't breathe.
No.
I'm laughing so hard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that. But it was just, that to me was hilarious.
Yeah, and you could argue like, okay, yeah, but Deadpool's not that kind of movie. But I feel like that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to get people to laugh like a lot. To me, the funniest joke that hit the hardest was when was like, oh, don't worry, his name is Francis, and then he said he got his name from a soap bottle or whatever. That was when I laughed the most. But everything else, I was just kind of like little chuckles. I wasn't like, dude, that is mind-blowingly funny.
Exactly, yeah. It was a lot of smirks, a lot of quips, a lot of one-liners. They were good. It just wasn't a non-stop laugh out loud movie.
Yeah, and when you have so many one-liners,
it drowns a little bit.
muddles like each one. Like each one keeps like, it's like, come on.
In defense to that is the character.
Yes,
and
it is.
This was one of the, if not the most accurate portrayal of a comic character, period.
A lot of people are saying that like you couldn't make a Deadpool movie not rated R.
Well,
do you agree with that?
No,
because the comics are PG-13.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, is that the thing that made the movie rated R was the dick shot.
Sex.
A little bit of, because you can
Well, I
still
mean, they
do
went to a
sex
strip
scenes.
club.
Yeah, but still, like there's been movies where it's implied nudity, you know what I mean? And then you can have some nudity or partial nudity and still be PG-13. But yeah, so it was a little dick shot that he had when he was burning in the building.
Yeah.
Which wasn't even...
That was overplayed too. Like, people were like, you get to see Ryan Reynolds' dick, chicks. And I was like,
people were saying,
whoa, that's going to be an awkward moment.
There was a full frontal scene, and I was like,
it wasn't full,
really...
it was like side frontal.
And even then, it was just, there was so much going on that, like, that wasn't even...
Yeah, I thought that the scene was going to be about his dick. But it wasn't even about his dick. It was just, like, he was naked while getting his ass beat.
The scene when he was wearing a Christmas sweater with nothing on the
That's
bottom.
when I thought it was coming.
Yeah, that's when I thought it was coming.
I was like, oh my God, we're going to get an awkward dick.
Exactly.
I'm sitting next to Chris and a kid that's not supposed to be in this movie. He's under... like,
Jordan's 16,
yeah,
by the
so
way.
I'm like, this is going to be awkward. Then it happened, and then...
Yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing serious.
So,
the thing that made it the rated R was all those F-bombs.
There was a lot of F-bombs.
There was one scene where, like, when he went back to the house and he just started there was like multiple F-bombs like in a row. And that's what made the movie rated R. So I don't think that it was anywhere near NC-17. They could have done all of that stuff minus blood and it would have been PG-13. Like every single action scene, maybe with the exception of the close-up of when he cut his hand off.
Yeah. One of our friends, Noah, was saying he felt like the director and the people that were in the movie got to make the movie they wanted. And they didn't have any restraints of a universe or a connected franchise. Did you get that vibe? Because I did think it was weird that they fought on that helicarrier.
That was...
Like, why did they need that?
That was strange. I think, well, because this is a fourth wall breaking character. So
but they didn't even mention that. They just implied it.
Yeah, they don't need to.
I thought that was weird. I thought that was like, oh, you're gonna recognize this from this other movie you love.
Well, that's what the mansion was.
Yeah,
that's
but that was direct. They implied, they're like, oh, he's part of the X-Men.
Yeah.
Never in X-Men movies do they imply Avengers connection.
See, that's the thing. I think that was a dig at Marvel because Fox.
You think it was a dig?
Yeah, because
But they didn't dig.
No,
they just fought on a helicarrier.
That's the thing, though, is that Marvel and Fox, though, they don't get along.
I know.
You know what I mean? So I think that was a, hey, guess what? You won't let us sell X-Men toys, so we're gonna put your helicarrier, but not say it's the helicarrier.
They could have done something better. Like Deadpool could have, like when the helicarrier blew up, Deadpool could have said, wow, whoever built that is a bunch of assholes. But they didn't. They just fought on the helicarrier.
I still think that it was a cool Easter egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I just thought that I felt that was out of place. I'm like, okay, they're in this X-Men universe, then all of a sudden there's like this Marvel connection that I'm like, what? What's happening?
Yeah, it didn't bother me. I just thought it was cool. I was like, hey, it's a helicarrier.
So I have a question about Deadpool. Hopefully you know the answer. So
wait, is this like a comic book question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he gets injected with the mutant cells, right?
So in the comic books, his origin was a little bit different. He was injected with Wolverine's healing factor.
Yeah, I know that. But in this movie, he's like injected with...
He was injected with something that activates your mutant gene.
Okay.
And then under the correct circumstances, that's when your gene activates.
So what is his mutant gene? Healing power or healing plus crazy action shit?
Yeah, so that's something that they did not explain too well in the movie.
They didn't explain it.
Yeah, I'm being nice.
Because like you get a glimpse of Wade Wilson. He's like this mercenary that doesn't have like athletic ability. He's just like intimidating, smart, and he manipulates, right?
Well, so that's the thing though, is that you're seeing Wade Wilson going after a pizza delivery guy. So it's not, you don't see the special ops.
Right, but I feel like that captured the essence of who he was, and then all of a sudden he becomes Deadpool and he like knows how like crazy Jackie Chan moves.
That's the thing though, is that like we didn't see the original character, Wade Wilson, back when he was in his prime doing all of these ops missions.
Was that a mistake?
I don't know if it was a mistake.
Because all of a sudden he was like doing crazy crap. That's the one thing. It's an origin story with like no
backstory.
arc.
Yeah.
Like he all of a sudden it's like Wade Wilson becomes Deadpool, and you don't see the middle.
Technically, himself or the Deadpool that we saw in Wolverine Origins, that's that guy. So like that's not, you know what I mean? Like that movie didn't happen, but that's still the character.
When he was
that.
going around saying, "Where's Francis? Where's Francis?" Which also a missed opportunity, because he was like, "Where's Francis?" and no one was giving him an answer. And me and you,
yeah, we were joking in the theater. We are just like, nobody knows his name is Francis.
Yes, and then that would have been a great scene where he's like, "I didn't ask for Ajax." Oh my god,
exactly.
But I wanted to see that drawn out more, like him maybe plan going into something, or the interrogations more, like. But it didn't happen. It was just a montage.
Well, see, to me, that's not a big deal. I know that to you like a little bit more.
Well, if you're gonna do an origin story, show me how this dude becomes this character. Because
my thing though is that I think that you're accurate in saying that they didn't portray what his mutant power was, because was it just the ugly skin? Or
the ugly skin healing factor?
Yeah.
Or was it ugly skin healing factor? You could have crazy accuracy, because that's not really a mutant power. Accuracy and acrobatics.
That's all. You have to think of that as his original self. Like that's how he already was. He's not going to go crazy over a pizza guy. We never
but they
saw
should have shown us then, because now I'm confused as to like, oh, all of a sudden he became this.
Yeah.
And as a person who follows comic books and X-Men's, I'm like, that's not how that works. Because a mutant gene isn't. I think you're good at killing people.
Yeah, well, I think that they more so implied that this was his character.
But he was like a special ops dude, right? Okay, those dudes don't wield katanas.
No, he was.
So I'm like,
he was more than special ops though. He was like, he did other stuff. I can't remember what they said in the movie, but
all they said was like 14 confirmed kills. That's like all they said. They didn't imply where or how or anything. They're just like, you've killed this many dudes.
To me, maybe that's because they already did it in X-Men Origins.
So that was the special ops he was in.
Yeah.
Not the army.
He was an army guy first, but then they brought him.
But he had crazy mutant powers in that.
No, he didn't. He was just
human. He sliced a bullet. So that's
him. That's what I'm saying.
Wow, that's super unrealistic.
Yeah,
then.
well, I know, but I mean,
that's nuts.
I'm just saying though that was the character Wade Wilson. So I think that's what they're. You know what I mean?
We've said more not so great things than we've said great things about this movie, but at the end of the day, like it was good. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like for me, it's like a 7. Like I put it right there. It's fun. It's good. I'm not like super pumped for a sequel, but I'll see it.
No, that's where I'm opposite. I'm excited to see a sequel. I'm excited to see Cable. I would love to see an X-Force. I think that would be sick. I really like the movie too. I would give it a 7 as well. I thought that it was a good blend of everything that they were trying to do. I thought that they executed it perfectly. It was the best adaptation comic to movie, period. And it's
not Watchmen?
Okay, well, so the second best.
Last thing, there's rumors, since this was a success, a rated R success, is one of the most successful rated R things. The last Wolverine movie.
This is nothing new, by the way. The Blade series was rated R. They rained blood, the first one.
Yes,
that was sick.
So the Wolverine.
Punisher was rated R too. Warzone, that was campy R.
Okay.
Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
With Jigsaw?
Hey.
that reminded me of Dick Tracy, but Punisher.
Yeah. Oh, the Punisher. He's gonna get me. Like, nobody talks like that.
Now, we've all suffered loss at the hands of the Punisher.
Anyways, so Wolverine, the last one. Now, Hugh Jackman said that, oh, I'm growing this facial hair for the next Wolverine movie. Old Man Logan has facial hair. Old Man Logan.
Well, I think it's, but Wolverine has the chops already though.
Yeah, but he wouldn't say that. He said, my new facial hair has to do with Wolverine. If he just kept his facial hair, he wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, but
so what would that imply?
I'm wondering if because maybe it's gray. I don't know.
What would that imply?
Old Man Logan.
Only imply. That's the only.
I don't see how.
Thing.
I just don't see how that storyline works in.
Just film. Balls to the balls, dude. Replace Hawkeye with Deadpool.
Yeah, no, we talked about that before, and I think that could work. But like, I feel like because,
dude, the banter between them would be A1.
No, it would be cool, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just that they've already set the tone for Wolverine with 2 movies and the X-Men franchise, and then I feel like if
nobody liked those movies.
But still, I just feel like if you throw that, like it would so like.
That's what they did with Deadpool. They said, "Yo, your average comic book movie, screw that. Look at this."
Yeah.
And so Fox would probably be like, "Yo, it made a ton of money. Let's just
That's the thing.
screw up."
I just hope that they don't. But the reason why they were able to do what they did with this movie is because it didn't cost them much.
Right, but
The budget
they
was
see the
super low.
return.
That's the thing.
So they could pay more for the Wolverine.
But we'll see what happens, because every time there's a bigger budget, the executives are always in.
Just imagine a Wolverine movie where replace Uma Thurman with Wolverine. At that last scene in Kill Bill, like that is like just hashtag like ching, ching,
That should have been Wolverine 2 versus the ninjas in that
oh
scene.
my
You know what I
God.
mean? So
And we talked about this. The paper walls in Japan.
the Soji
a whole
screens
fight scene with
behind
just the
it.
silhouettes, and then every now and then like
A claw comes
Wolverine's
through.
claw, and then you peek through just a little.
it would have been sick.
Yo, that would have been so sick.
That whole movie was a missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
So
God. Anyways, tell us what you thought about Deadpool.
what would your rating be? Do you
Right.
agree with us? Do you disagree with us?
Probably disagree. I'm expecting the worst.
Maybe, I don't know.
You guys are haters. The movie was perfect,
That's
just
a-
like how people were saying it was.
That's the thing, though, is that I liked the movie a lot. I don't.
Yeah, it was
I just
good.
didn't think that it was a 10 out of 10 or
People
or
were
the
giving
be-
it tens.
Yeah,
literally.
or the best movie ever. Like, I didn't think any of that.
Like John Campia was like,
I know.
yo, 10 out of 10. I was like, what?
He's the reason why I got so hyped, because he never gives 10s, and so
He's the hardest dude.
yeah.
And then he was like, yo, this movie's crazy.
And on top of that, I almost always like agree with him, and if I don't agree with him, it's something where I'm like, okay, I understand that. And this was one time where I'm like, nope, I just don't.
I don't know. That's
don't know.
weird. Canadians are really optimistic, so I don't know.
You're usually really optimistic too.
I'm a little Canadian.
About about certain things. Then there's other things where you're like totally like, nope. Like,
And I'm also not Canadian.
yeah, movie trailers, pessimist.
Oh.
Regular day-to-day stuff, optimist.
Yes.
So with Neek and Jordan, they were 2 of the best in-game dunkers of that time. It was like a rap battle, but with dunking. It was raw.
Jordan. Wilkins is alone. Michael Jordan.
5 seconds drive.
Dominique.